Hello and welcome to a video with me, Winner and Jake, where I'm now doing the timeline video for the series I did where I was playing as Fascist Spain or Nationalist Spain or whatever you want to call it on the World War II scenario, basically 1936, Gathering a Storm. Yeah, playing as Nationalist Spain there in the middle of a civil war, right off the bat of course. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get this thing started, not having this on full speed, because quite a bit happens in the first 1500 turns, but yeah. Civil War going on there. Defeat the communists pretty easily, to be honest. Gotta go and take that colony back as well, because it was on their side. So I go down there, eventually get troops down there to take them over and annex them. Got them as a vassal, hoping that I could just annex them because the way this game works, it's impossible to actually take them over completely in a civil war and stuff, so yeah, I had to fight multiple civil wars basically in order to actually finally put an end to it, but kind of stopped right here for a bit so I could kind of just build myself up a bit and get a larger army. And around this basically when all the colonies and everything started rebelling against the Britain and France over here. So yeah. I'm pretty sure Britain's already been completely kicked out of the Allies as a result of this stuff. Which is the reason why France is fighting them over here. Kinda. So yeah, that's going on. Britain's completely isolated, and the Allies is now just France and all of the colonies. But I think this is probably around the time when France also gets kicked out due to vassals, colonies, and everything declaring independence and all that. So I think around this time is when the Allied Alliance literally just becomes a collection of their former colonies. Yeah. Andorra just went to war with France there. I managed to nab them right quick before France did. And then I finally finished off the communists, get that dealt with, and also move my capital back to Madrid, where it belongs. But yeah. French North Africa has kind of lost its importance land up there, I guess. I'm pretty sure France. No, I guess not right now. But yeah. Italy and Germany at war with Japan. No idea exactly how that started, but I think Japan went to war with Italy or Germany or something like that. And yeah, that ends up happening there. So, yeah, just a little bit longer, and yeah, there goes Japan. They never even had to land in mainland Japan to defeat them. Don't understand how that exactly works, but apparently that was enough of the country of Japan there to get them to capitulate, I guess. Also, France is at this point at war with the colonies and everything, and they got Portugal to go to war with French North Africa, but I was distracted watching that war and kind of backfired on me considering I had them go to war with French North Africa so I could take advantage of that to go to war with them with fewer troops defending their homeland. I got distracted by that war, and they finished it before I went and did that, so had to deal with it deal with Portugal afterwards, and got Mozambique and a little bit of Angola there as well. And then I had to fight a second war with Portugal to finish them off completely. Italy and Germany are at war with the Philippines at this point. South Africa controls southern France. British Gold Coast up there in Normandy. Dutch East Indies with Indochina. United States, Canada there, dealing with that. Norway, Finland's there. France, Netherlands. By looks of it, I go and take over Portugal and finishing them off finally. British Raj expanding over there. China got most of Tibet. There you go. Romania expanding over there towards Yugoslavia as well. And basically, the moment that war ends, Austria goes to war with Romania. And they end up winning. Yeah. Romania builds an empire and then immediately gets destroyed afterwards. Britain is at war with all the colonies now as well, I think. Yeah. And they're slowly losing over there too. And at this point I have gone to war with France myself. Mostly so I could get Northern Africa under my control. Tried to invade France itself up here. Actually ended up failing. And had to try a second attempt at it. And there we go. Got that. Got Madagascar out of that. And a little bit of the coastline over there along with their land in Northern Africa. And Britain has been defeated at this point. And God, that is ugly. But, yeah. Allies, former colonies, all that. At war with the Axis. Axis, of course, winning easily. They are currently, at least. To be honest, the whole former colonies of the Allies is mostly just the British Raj and South Africa, really. The rest of them don't really matter very much. But yeah, Argentina taking all of that from Brazil. Jesus. Let's see. British Raj just took over Nepal. Pretty sure Germany, yeah, goes towards France at this point. And there goes France, completely destroyed. Oh yeah, Congo, Belgian Congo there. Didn't notice when that war happened, but yeah, they went to war with me. Managed to kick my ass and take over Angola. So I had to build up my completely new army because they wiped the entire thing out. Seriously, wiped out my entire army. So I had to build up a new one, and yeah, went in, got military access through northern Rhodesia, there, Zambia, to attack them directly and took them over. Got all of Algeria at this point, and Tunis there. Basically just sent ultimatums to get all that. Soviet Union has started its conquest. Taking over, went currently at war with Germany and Italy, so they've taken all that stuff already. Got peace with Italy already at this point, sorry, they got all that currency and Italy there itself, and all that stuff in Africa. Austria goes to war with Germany, and yeah, that's the end of Germany. Right there. There you go. That's all that's left of Germany there, along with Greenland, Iceland, yeah. Basically the end of them. I start buying up land over here just to make things look a little bit better. Since the war is finally over and stuff. But yeah, Soviet Union basically spent this entire game up to this point just minding its own business for whatever reason, and then goes to war with the Axis and takes all Manchuria and Korea, Italy, East Africa. Yeah. Complete fucking rampage there. And the war has been reignited. Again. God. United States at war with Soviet Union. Great. And Soviet Union at war with the Axis once again. And yeah. At this rate, the Soviet Union is going to take over the entire world, basically. So, I go to war with them. Try and put an end to this. Because I decided it was kind of got to the point where it's like, you're going to deal with them now, or I'm never going to be able to. And yeah. Kicked them out of Europe, basically. Got Italy. lose the entirety of the Congo and stuff over here, that country goes towards me, completely fucking me over. Managed to eventually defeat them, kind of turned things around, started exploiting things with the vassals over here to make it impossible for them for the Soviet Union to retake that land. Got peace with them and only got Italy out of it. And yeah, I dragged a bunch of other countries into the war during all of this, and with Austria, Poland, China, basically all the other countries around here. I got to go to war with Iran, Turkey, all of them got involved there. And yeah, I thought the Soviet Union was basically going to be taking over the world as that war continued, and I just basically allowed them to take over even more of the world after kind of failing to deal with them. Because, goddamn, the Soviet Union was fucking strong. Though I will give credit to Italy and the British Raj for actually doing so well to hold off the Soviet Union at this point after the war. I got out of the war. Though, British Raj just kind of completely capitulated right there before the British Raj really started setting foot in India. So, yeah. At this point I started buying up tons of land off the Soviet Union very cheaply, because I can basically get the stuff for free. I didn't realize that at this point yet. But yeah, I think I can speed this up at this point, since everything after this point here is kind of slow. But yeah, Soviet Union, it's gotten pretty damn strong. Oh god. If it wasn't for basically this little exploit I kind of found where the AI just basically accepting trade deals for free, basically, where I could just buy tons of land, this would have been my first proper defeat in this game, I think. Where I managed to actually get myself a little empire and end up losing. But yeah, I guess at this point just let this thing play out here very quickly, cause yeah, not much else happens at this point. Just buying up tons of Africa over here. Still very weak in comparison to the Soviet Union. United States took over Brazil at this point. And during that whole war with the Soviet Union, United States lost 55 million troops, but after that little thing they did there, they literally did jack shit. They never tried to invade again. Despite being the one country that should have been really pulling its weights and stuff, considering they're easily the second strongest country in the world, yet they did absolutely nothing in that war, basically, after that one invasion at the beginning. But yeah, just buying up more and more land over here, basically got the entire Pacific off of them already. You also buy New Zealand off the United States as well. But slowly expanding and stuff. Buying up more stuff in the Pacific. And at this point, Argentina went to war with me along with... I had to deal with Burma because I had to fly into the one province left of the Philippines over there, so got that and that. Argentina went to war with me, took them over, of course. And also I started helping out Brazil with them retaking all their land over here, and yeah. Started buying up a bunch of this stuff as I went as well, because I wanted to take over Brazil, and I did not want the United States to be retaking stuff again. So kind of just buying things up as quickly as I can. And then at this point I just go to war with them and finish them off completely. And then just start buying up land from Venezuela there. Just smoothing out the border and do the same with Peru. And yeah. There is basically all I do for next 2,000 turns maybe? Because at this point I just decide to start building up my technology and increasing development of the land I got. Yeah, I spent a lot longer doing that stuff than I realized. but I managed to become more competitive with the United States and Soviet Union. Basically past the United States in strength at that point, doing all that. But yeah, just fast forward through all this, and it's basically nothing happens. Okay, took over Venezuela there. And next is Peru, of course. There we go. Got the entirety of South America. Started buying up more land. Mexico decided to go towards the United States for some dumb reason. And yeah, they of course end up losing that, obviously. Which is very annoying because it was very hard for me to actually buy land off the United States for whatever reason. Because I had to spend ridiculous amounts of money just to get Honduras and El Salvadorites there. Which is the reason why I don't even try. I tried to buy Cuba. I tried, but I just could not get them to accept any trade deals for it. But yeah, dealt with island over there, bought more land off Soviet Union, and with that on southern India. Started buying up more land over here in Asia. And just slowly expanding at this point. And also buying land up here just to make those borders look a little bit better as well. Got United States go toward Canada so they can finish them off finally. But yeah, I think that's where I stopped for now, right there, while I went and did that and get the rest of Britain under my control. And also ended up buying up to, giving that much of that stuff to Finland, mainly I just get Stockholm to Finland because there's a massive economy there that the Soviet Union had built up. So just give that over to Finland just to fuck over the Soviet Union and make them weaker. Bought Japan over here, and yeah. Next thing I buy is, yeah, starts getting more of India there, cutting across that. Good. There we go. Actually, no. The thing I was doing before, I think, was recruiting troops in preparation to take over Venezuela and Peru. So now is when I started doing technology and development. Oh god. Thought that was a bit short, but yeah. Fast forward through this shit. Cause this stuff takes absolutely forever. Okay. So at this point, I had the United States and Soviet Union go to war with each other, because I wanted them to, Soviet Union, to take those provinces there that the United States had occupied due to never-ending war and stuff. Started buying up the rest of Africa over there very quickly. And yeah, got all these other countries to go towards Soviet Union as well, just get them out of the way. United States actually did try to invade over here, and failed. Well, they made a good attempt, I guess. Bought most of the Arabian Peninsula there, bought most of Korea, then start buying more of China, and working my way over. And yeah, tons of rebellions popping up all over the place. I also have to deal with. But yeah, those are basically over this point. Buying more and more land. There we go, more and more. Slowly expanding, pushing the Soviet Union back. And then I go and start buying up Mexico off the United States, since at this point they decide they wanted to just accept the trade deals I sent them, just like the Soviet Union. Which is very nice, because I got all Mexico off of them very easily. And I go and buy Greece, basically, and Albania there. And yeah, bought that stuff too. So I basically reduced the Soviet Union's access to the Indian Ocean just to that right there. And Pacific Ocean is basically just that stuff there. then buy that, and then go towards the United States. And yeah, that war was kind of easy to be honest, because I did heavily outnumber them at that point, with how much of an army I had recruited. But yeah, at this point it's just me, Soviet Union, and Finland left. So I continue buying up more land off the Soviet Union, considering they are I think the Soviet Union does actually still have a larger population than me at this point in points, because of how much they've increased their population over here. So yeah, slowly buy more lands that I can use to recruit more troops that I can have fight the Soviet Union afterwards. So yeah, just buying up more of the Balkans, pushing them back a bit. And I eventually deal with Finland as well. Basically pushed up to the Danube River. At that point, go even further. I'm starting to limit their access to the North Sea and the Mediterranean. Then I go and buy that stuff and push up to there, getting the rest of Germany basically. And those little things there as me destroying the ridiculously large economies in those provinces that the Soviet Union had. Just because. And yeah, that there is my final border with the Soviet Union basically. Deal with Finland, get that under my control. And I mostly decided to take them over myself instead of having the Soviet Union do that, mostly so I could destroy the Soviet Union quicker. Because I knew this war was going to take me a few hours to fight. So yeah, took 3 hours basically. 3.5 hours to actually destroy the Soviet Union in a war. Yeah, at this point I was recruiting a ridiculously large army. Easily the largest army I've ever had in this game. 323 million troops or something. And I lost nearly half those troops in that war. So, yeah, it's a good thing I recruited that many troops. Because the Soviet Union was still ridiculously strong, even when I reduced them down to that much land. Yeah. God damn. Considering population. Yeah. That was all the Soviet Union's doing. Building up the population like that. Because you can see the stuff that I controlled for a long fucking time that basically has no population. In comparison. So, yeah. And then there's also developments that the Soviet Union did. Which I started to rival when I decided to do all that myself as well. But yeah, there is this timeline done. I don't know what I'm going to be doing for the next series on here, but I'll figure it out, I guess. But yeah, that is the end of this video. I hope you all enjoy it, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye bye.